Welcome to this very special episode, the first introductory episode of Queen and Vida. We are here today to discuss good versus impactful music and bring you some positive effects of hip-hop music in today's society.
I'd like to go ahead and welcome Vida to the show. I'd also like to say that this is the first of a 5-part series that you will have with Queen and Vida. So always tune in every Tuesday at 6:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. I want to make sure that the culture understands that females can rep.
We got a voice.
Culture. We have a voice, and that's the big thing. We want everyone to understand you have a voice. So with that being said, I also want you to tune in to my girl here, Vibing with Vida. She has a show as well.
Yes.
And you will see how she brings that female voice also. So this platform, we're going to make sure that that voice comes out as well.
That's right. Because with the prominence of women in hip hop these days, you know, it's hard to ignore the female voice because we're subject matter to so many hip hop songs. What's that? Like, I don't want to talk too much about the female hip hop because we're saving that for later.
There is just a big, there's really just a big, always a gender bias.
Yeah.
But we'll leave that for a later time, which you will like. So I guess what we'll go ahead and we'll start and talk on is, and we'd love for your input. So make sure you like, you comment, give us some feedback because we want to do this for you. So we'll start. And Vida will let you know, like, her perspectives, because that's the biggest thing. The platform is here for y'all, and this is what we're here for.
Well, I know we wanted to talk about good versus impactful music, and there's been a lot of good songs, a lot of hit music. And, of course, the word good is always subject to interpretation, but sometimes hit music is not always impactful. It doesn't do something for society. So what we wanted to talk about was music that has an impact. There have been artists that have had impacts. Like we were talking about a little bit earlier, I pointed out that one specific white rapper from St. Joseph, Missouri had an impact on hip hop that was so great. It introduced a whole bunch of other white rappers to the industry, and as a culture, we grew, and that was impactful. Also, we talk about hip-hop artists talking about the struggles of today. There are plenty of artists who have released Black Lives Matters songs. This is impactful music because it allows the voices to be heard, and many times minorities, and we feel like we're not listened to.
Absolutely. And that goes to my point, which makes it wonderful to sit here and have this show with Vida and the Queen, because as minorities, you tend to want to always think hip-hop music, rap, gangster. You want to have that perspective. I'm not generalizing. However, there is great music. She's a Kansas City local. I am retired military. So we have great perspectives. And when I say that, good music, great music. Eminem, for example, he made great music, astounding music, but he also helped open those doors for the white rappers and the white artists to come out, which is great. And I'll leave that to Vida, and I'll turn over the mic. What do you think about that?
I think what he did was wonderful. I think that there are other artists as well who have paved the way. Queen Latifah was one of those paving the way kind of women artists. But I think we also want to talk about the impact of music.
Absolutely.
And when I said that there are so many people that hip hop music touches, and it touches everybody in a different way, not the not that guy's kind of way, but Oh, that's awful. I probably shouldn't have said that.
You are good.
I shouldn't have
We
said
like to
that.
keep it, just so you know,
Just
we
real.
like to
Look.
keep this real because we're genuine.
I'm Vida, and I keep it real. So sometimes I might say stuff that is probably not public appropriate, but I try. So, you know, the music needs to touch everybody in a way that it reverberates in your heart and in your soul. And the songs, I've interviewed people, and they said that I have a question that I like to ask. It's called, it's what is your favorite song that you've ever recorded? And most of the time, I get people who think back to the music that they recorded, and the ones that they pick are often not the ones that were, you know, the most booty shaking jam. It's often the one that meant the most. Maybe they wrote the song after their father died, or they wrote the song when they wanted to talk to their daughter because she was, you know, 4 and they knew she was going to be growing up, you know, in this crazy world we live in. So oftentimes people's favorite songs are not the one with the most slaps. It's the one that speaks to them, because when we're alone and in our darkest times, we seek music. It helps us feel not alone. It gives us a better explanation and understanding to our own feelings. Sometimes the beat can be uh, calming, soothing, and hip hop touches people in so many ways. It has also been implemented in schools. Some schools have implemented music programs. I know I went to a special arts school, so that was just a little bit different. But music, it can help. Have you ever seen autistic kids? Music can help an autistic kid. If they're one of those kids who learns with like beats and taps and that weird Rain Man stuff, you know.
That's a great point.
That is, it's a great point. That weird Rain Man stuff, but music can help relax people. Then they can maybe talk about certain situations. It can help in therapy. It's an amazing thing, and I have had some songs that I listen to over and over again when you've been heartbroken, or I don't. It's just music has such an impact.
I have such a question for you.
Okay.
So we talk about
Gotta get
good
back.
music, and we talk about impactful music.
Yes, impactful.
So for those who don't know, I have a bachelor's degree in psychology with a minor in sociology. And my question to Vida would be is, do you believe that hip hop music and also other genres of music can help someone psychologically, can help their mental health?
Yes, actually, we were doing some reading. Of course, we both investigated a little bit. I had my own topics, and she had her own little topics, and we put this together today. So yes, there are some people who can be helped with music and through music. It gives people an outlet when they want. They used to tell people to write in a journal. Use music as your journal. Poetry, write poems, and poems can often be translated to music because there's a rhythm to it, and as long as there's a rhythm, there's a rhyme, and you can make it happen. So I believe that it's definitely very, very possible and successful as a therapy.
Absolutely. And I asked that question only because with society going on today, we tend to be on social media, or we tend to hear a lot of negativity. But what I want to bring to the surface is the fact that we are all entitled to our own opinions. But if you date all the way back to the Bronx, where hip hop pretty much emerged, when hip hop emerged back in the Bronx, back in around the 70s, 80s era, all you knew it was about gangsta, about hitting the streets, selling drugs. And as time went on, regardless, I think people wanted to take in that thought versus taking a step back and listening to the lyrics. There's a lot of great music out there, but you don't want to have great music and have hits, but you want to have great music and be impactful, because you have females such as us. I'm not an artist. Vida is not an artist. But what
I
we
know lots
do,
of them, though.
she does. Yes, she does. But what we do know is that as females who love music, who loves music, the culture, what it does, how it helps people, what it pushes, all of those aspects, we also know that we need females. We need you. We need y'all to go out there. We need you to jump. We need you to express yourself.
Take that leap of faith.
Take that leap of faith.
Be strong women, because it's our time.
And understand, you've got impactful music. So I want to really, really make sure I kind of get across impactful music. Impactful music does not take away from good music. It does not take away from artists. I want to be clear about that.
And not every song is impactful. That's the thing. It's not every artist like only writes impactful stuff.
Thank you.
We're not just saying like one artist, but like I'm gonna say his name, Joyner Lucas. Oh my God, one of my favorites, and that is because when he speaks, he really speaks to you. Like he's talking to you. He's not like when I listen to, I forget which song it was that he did the video. Can I say that? Can I say that?
He did a specific song that resonated with you?
I was going to talk about where the setting of the video was.
Where was the setting?
The setting of the video was in a church.
Okay, okay.
And the video touched me in such a way. I heard, like, of course it was music, but when I heard the song, I had to sit there like this, because I was listening to every name, every person that he was talking about, every trade that he wanted to make to bring back those valuable people who had passed away. You know, good people always die first. That's what they say. So it touched me. It made me want to cry. And that had an impact on my soul.
And I really, honestly, like I said, this show, there's no shades of gray. I am genuine. So who you see is who you get. And I will always take any criticism. I will always take anything that you want to be positive about, because the fact is that for me, the purpose is we need to move the culture forward. We need to push it. We need to bring it back, because we don't want it to be seen negative. We want equity, justice. We want all that resonated in hip hop, good music and impactful music.
Many times I think the culture is impacted negatively by some of the music that comes out, and it's because of those past beliefs that, and it's a fact that hip hop was based a lot in a lot of what we know was based in the gangster rap. And it's like, not every rapper's gangster. Actually, these days, some rappers are just artists.
Yes.
So,
yes, and that's great. I like you bringing up that point.
Right, some rappers are just artists.
Yes, they don't like to be labeled, I'm a rapper. I'm an artist. Just because they do hip-hop music or rock or rap, they like to be seen as an artist. Because, like I said, good music. I have tons of good music that I love. Tons.
But creating a work of art
is phenomenal. And I will say that the wonderful Vida has exposed me to so much great talent we have in our local Kansas City area, that I am humbled to know that I will be meeting them. I will be sitting with them. I will be getting their perspectives, because this platform is why we wanted to be here. We wanted to be females, as we were on Salt and Pepper. Go check that show out.
Salt and Pepper.
Go check it out.
First Ladies of Hip Hop. Watch that one.
Go check it out. And we wanted to make sure and push that culture forward.
Yeah.
Push those artists that don't get that push,
Right.
push them.
So some of our upcoming episodes may be including local artists from here in Kansas City, and areas that can drive here.
And likewise, I want to add to that, with good music and impactful music, the platform is also where we'd like for you to give input. On the YouTube channel, we'll go ahead and post a question where you can please leave comments. Let us know what you think. If you're in a different area, a different state, reach out to us.
If you want to suggest a topic,
let us know.
We can do that too. We'll set that up because she's really good at writing stuff down.
Absolutely. We will definitely coordinate with you. What I want to definitely make sure that everyone knows is that Vida does an outstanding job with her show. And she brings up lots of local Kansas City artists. So what I want to put on top
every
of
week,
that,
I try to have a couple artists or business owners. I like to promote the underground. So I always say, get in touch with your underground and stay in touch with Vibin with Vida. Hey.
And so what I'd like to say on top of that is, I'm not an artist. I keep it very real. I am retired military. But what I will tell you is that I want those that are in different states that may be in the same position of those in Kansas City, reach out to us.
If you're an underground artist, email me music and I can go ahead and play that.
If you're a business, it's all about uplifting one another because everyone can shine.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone can shine. And trust me that if you need legitimate proof, I am that person. I will show you.
Dude, especially with every day or these days with COVID shutting down so many businesses, your business could pull through as one of those businesses that started during a troubled time, and then 30 years down the road still kicking because you made it through that tough time.
And
but God gives you the strength for.
And that is great to put that out because that also goes with hip hop music. It goes with rap music because a lot of people don't see that. You have tons of entrepreneurs. Hip
hop is a culture of resilience.
Absolutely.
That just came to me. Hip hop is definitely a culture of resilience because so many people started from the bottom and went through so much shit to get where they are. I cussed.
You are good.
Went through so much stuff to get through where they are. And then in the end, we rise and we succeed. And that is the culture of hip hop. That is not giving up. It's the size of the dog in the fight, not the fight in the dog. And we go win this.
And that's definitely why this platform is not stopping. It's not going to end. It's just not. You have 5 episodes with us. You have season 2 coming up. And there's so much more coming. And it's not just for us. I want everyone to understand that because I'm clear and transparent. We want to uplift artists, hip hop, the culture. What is it doing right now in society? Is it the same as it did 20, 30 years ago and maybe was just ignored? That's a good question. Maybe that should kind of, make people look a little bit different.
Standards were different.
Standards was very different.
Standards were different. Because,
very different.
Think back to Aaliyah, right? And her relationship would not have been okay today.
Absolutely.
Standards were different.
Absolutely. That is very similar to my life. Very similar to my life. Like I said, there is great music. There is impactful music. It doesn't take away from neither one. So I definitely want to make sure as we continue to pay homage to all artists, as we continue to grow, because we will be growing without failure. I just want to let you know that.
A good song that wasn't really impactful, we'll say, it was fun. It was fun. Well, can I say the song?
Yeah.
Okay. I said from the window to the wall, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, and that song was fantastic, and it rocked the radio for a long time. But
hey,
the only impact it had was probably making babies.
It is true. I won't lie. I listened to that song. I was in the club. I was one of those dancing to it.
I did too.
You know? But if we're getting to the impactful side, let's look at one of NWA's songs.
F the police.
F the police.
F the police.
And let's look at today. Let's look at what is happening.
It is still played. Actually, I believe when at the height of the Black Lives Matter movement, I know I drove down the street past the protests with that song bumping because I could, and I was, you know, I was out there.
And that is the thing. And I want people to see that. I want people to understand that. You know, we are Hispanic.
Mm-hmm.
We are Hispanic.
Minority.
We are minorities. But the bottom line is we want you to understand that outstanding music, impactful music resonates in all the states. Here in the local Kansas City area, we're blessed with Vibing with Vida to bring those artists, those businesses to the platform, especially during COVID, because you want people to succeed. Mm-hmm. And in order to succeed, you have to stick together.
There's a unity in the hip hop culture. It strengthens people. It gives people confidence. And that's one of those mental health things that we were kind of alluding to, the positive ways that hip hop impacts us. And
on that note, what I'd like to say is I want to say thank you to everyone who is tuning in. I want to say thank you to Vida. Yes. For us getting together, because I feel we're going to make a difference. Mm-hmm. I feel we're going to touch and get out to y'all. And tune in next week, Tuesday at 6:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. All I'll say is that you never know what you're going to get, and you never know what you're going to see. And always make sure, drop those comments. What do you want to hear? What would you like to know? Would you like to be on this show? How can we uplift you?
What topics do you want to discuss?
And on that note, I'm going to shout out to hip hop. I'm going to shout out to Vibing with Vida. But this is my girl. This is the Vida and Queen show. Tune in. Peace.
Do it for the culture.